had low self-worth. And then I also feel like when I realized that it was low self-worth and I realized I could tap into something else, I tried to be the opposite. And then I had a big ego, you know what I'm saying? And it was overly self-worth, crushing down other people because other people crushed me down. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. I started channeling the opposite energy. And I feel like now I'm working into a space where I'm working on letting go of the ego altogether. I don't feel like I'm better than anyone. I don't feel like I don't have to feel like I'm less than anyone. Sometimes I do still struggle with self-worth because of my past and things that have happened to me that I still haven't been able to heal from and with. But for the most part, and a couple years ago, I definitely would show big ego, especially when I started learning a lot about like holistic health and stuff like that. I feel like I had a big ego in that because I would be like telling people like, y'all dumb, like y'all don't get this by now, like come the fuck on, y'all still, you know what I'm saying? Like the way I was teaching it, like the way I was teaching it was very much giving big ego, you know, for a little while. And that's why I had stopped teaching for a while and I had to go back in with self because I realized it was giving big ego. It was giving better than everyone else and everyone else is dumb. You know what I'm saying? And I had to redefine myself again. And now I'm getting to a point where there's no ego. I'm not better than you. I'm not less than you. You can do what you need to do. I can do what I need to do. We're on different journeys. Respect. You know what I'm saying? I honor myself enough not to put myself in environments with people who don't value me. You know, and I'm also not going to just walk around thinking I'm better than everyone or just be selfish or whatever the case may be. I have what we say, the big word, boundaries, which we'll get into that in another class on another day. So the last thing to go over in class is pretty much how to let go of your ego. Dream, please sit up straight and pay attention in class. How to let go of your ego. Yes, Shakti.
All right. Thank you for calling me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for the class. Thank you for teaching the class. I love it. I love every second of it. The question is how to let go of your ego.
Yes.
How? The answer is very easy, but the answer is very simple. Listen clear. Now, if you value yourself, really value yourself, why would you care about what somebody think about you? But now, if you really value yourself, why would you even give no value to somebody else? Right? So I feel like the best way to do that is to understand we're all one. Is to understand that you're not gonna be better than somebody if you're trying to be better than somebody. It's not gonna happen. You can't be worse than nobody. You can only be your best self. So the best way to let go of your ego is to grow in your life journey. Is to grow and is to have understanding and is to have love. So peace, love, and understanding. And then don't judge no one, don't hurt no one, but you can help someone become the better self. So the best way to let go of your ego is to create peace in your life, is to create love in your life and understanding.
Okay, I like that.
No judgment.
Love. All right, so what I got from that, how to let go of your ego. This is the part that you should really be paying attention to, a dream, because this is what you were asking earlier. And I didn't give you an answer to it, so now I'm giving you an answer now. This whole class is actually inspired by your questions that you had earlier today on our walk. So, how to let go of your ego. Stop caring how others view you.
Yes.
Perception is real. To some people you're going to be beautiful. To some people you're going to be ugly.
I meant to say that.
To some people your clothes are going to be nice. To some people your clothes are going to be shitty.
Yes.
You know, to some people you're the coolest person in the world. To some people you aren't anybody. We have to let go of that because people's perception does not define us. Hold on one moment, please. Next, a way to let go of your ego. You can't be better or worse than anyone. You can only be the best you. So you don't have to compete. Of course, some people compete in sports and stuff like that, but when it comes to life and being a person, You don't compete with someone to be better than them, Adrian. This is something that we have to tell you because sometimes you feel like you have to compete with John Gotti. A lot you feel like you have to compete. And it's not a competition. You will never be John Gotti, and John Gotti will never be you. And neither one of y'all will ever be less or more than the other person. Y'all are both y'all own people, and y'all can be the best you, or you can choose to be a less you. But there's no comparison between you and him. Y'all
Shit.
come from completely different people. He come from Jertha and Gerard. You come from, you know what I'm saying, me and someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the part of it. You cannot be him. Like, y'all are completely made up of completely different things. You can be inspired by him. You can be inspired by someone else. Someone else can inspire greatness in you. You know what I'm saying? But you cannot be better or less than anyone else. You are just you. And lastly, from what John Gotti said, to create peace, love, and understanding inside of yourself. Yes, John Gotti, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say what you was going to say. What you said, I want to make sure people hear me clearly. Perception. People going to have different things. Well, how you
People going to view you differently.
People going to view you different. People going to say you're good, people going to say you're bad.
Some people will say they love your hair. Some people
Going
will
to
say
say I hate your hair.
Right.
But guess what? If I was you, I would listen to them and I won't listen to them.
Isn't that like someone's point of view?
Yes.
Yes,
Perception
of
is like
you.
someone's point of view.
Of you. So it's like
See,
so you cannot really listen to too much of what people are saying about you. You can hear it, but not like take it in so much. People won't say, "Oh, you were so good." People gonna be like, "Oh, you were so bad." So you're gonna be confused. So you have to know who you are. You have to know, yeah, I'm good, I'm great. Now let me help out. Is that fair?
yeah.
There you go. What else? Oh wow,
Teachers.
you have more questions?
So we're still letting go. We're creating tangible ways
Yes.
to let go of ego. So,
Oh, I have some more ways.
okay, yes.
Exercise every day. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Exercise every day, work out, and then put yourself in a situation where you have to put yourself, or not, don't put yourself, pray to be in a position where you have to exercise, yourself to be a better self, because you're gonna get tested. So embrace those tests, and then see how you done
So
every
in other
day.
words, in order to show self-improve,
You gotta steady.
not even just to study, in order to show self-improve, life is going to throw situations at
Yes.
you. So Dream, it's like there are those moments when you get mad. You say when you get mad, you just don't care about anything. You tend to treat anyone who's around you bad. And the only way you're going to be able to change that is when it's not going to happen just because you say it when you're not mad. You're not going to do that anymore. No, that doesn't matter because you're not mad. Life is going to throw that situation at you where you're angry again. And then you have this choice to be caring and be loving still, or to get mad and be mean and angry still. That's how it's going to show you. So it's hard. It is harder sometimes to show self-improve because you don't just get to say, I'm improved. No, life is going to throw situations at you where you have to show improve, where you have to make a decision in that moment to be better than you were before. This is how you show improve. Yes.
Speaking about improvement, I felt it. Yeah, because I feel the improvement in myself right now as you speak. Because I do want to do good. I do want to treat people better. You know what I'm saying? And even though I'm great, I know I could be greater or I could be better in every situation because you could always do better. Not better than somebody else, but better than you did today. So earlier when I say what I said to a sister of mine, I feel like I said the right thing, but she might see it in the wrong way. So now automatically I'm thinking like, you know what? I'm gonna find a better way to say the same thing I'm gonna say to this sister. And automatically. But when you get mad, you don't get mad. When you get mad, you know what you're supposed to do when you get mad? You gotta get to thinking. When you get mad, you're supposed to get happy while you get mad. When you get mad, you're supposed to be like, you're supposed to exercise the anger in you. You're supposed to flip the anger into something else. Change your pain to gain, or change your anger to something that could help you along the way.
Uh-huh.
So when I get mad at somebody, when you do something wrong to me, I don't get mad. I walk away, right? Trying to see what can I do better at this time. even though you did something wrong to me. I try to see how can I help, not to hurt you. Understand?
Yeah.
So when you're angry, stop. When you're angry, that's when you're supposed to make your decision right away. Like, you know what? Why am I angry so much? Why am I angry? You're supposed to question yourself in those times. Question the anger. And then smile and then laugh it out. Yes, I.
Okay.
Question the anger and laugh it out.
Alright, so I'll come up with some more tangible ways to let go of your ego. So we have stop caring about how others view you.
Yes, I.
You can't be better or worse than anyone. You can only be the best you.
Yes, I.
Create peace, love, and understanding within yourself.
Yes, I.
Exercise and work out. Next, set healthy boundaries.
Boundaries.
Because of something that we notice about people with low egos or low sense of
They have no
self-worth
boundaries.
is that they have no boundaries,
Yes.
which puts them in very bad places. So we want to learn how to set healthy
Turn it up.
boundaries. And then
Please.
after and we learn how to set healthy boundaries. Another thing we need to do is we need to know how to know the value in all beings.
Mm-hmm.
Know the value in all beings. We are all valuable
Yes.
just for being. Even
Yes,
the
sir.
homeless man on the corner who haven't washed in weeks,
Mhm.
who's begging for change. He's
Valuable somehow, some
He's a
way.
valuable person. Even the richest man on earth, whose net worth is 15 billion, is just valuable, not because of his net worth, but because
Because of his
he's
being.
just a being. So we have to know the value in all beings, and that includes knowing the value of ourselves.
Yes.
No one can make you feel like you are not important or that you are less than when you know the value of yourself. Not to be confused with having too much of a high value in yourself to where you think that you're better than everyone else, but just understanding the value in us as humans and beings. Even the value in insects and animals. That's like we see the value in those turtles at the Chinese market. That's why we feel bad for them that they're in a cage in a box about to stacked up on top of each other about to be sold for $19.99. We feel bad. Why? Because we know the value in them, in their being, and also in their freedom.
And their freedom.
You know
Because
what
they're
I'm
just
saying?
like us.
We see the value in that. So we should know the value in all beings. And so those are some tangible ways. Like I said, next is to show self-improve. And we're going to end right here. So, Dream, how can you begin to let go of your ego? Because it wasn't all about you. We all learned here. We all grow here. We all gained something from this class. But it was definitely inspired by you.
I love this class.
So, what have you learned? How can you practice letting go of your ego? For the
I know it's supposed to be him, but when's the next class? I just want to know when the next class.
It's a flow.
It's a flow, but can you have it like, please?
Yes.
All right. Just ask me. I love this class. I love this class.
Dream, can you answer that question for me, please? What's the question?
You should be listening. Tripping.
The question is, how can you practice letting go of your ego now that you know what an ego is and you've learned ways to let it go? How can you practice letting your ego go?
Based off what John Letty said, like working out
What else?
and like be ready for all the tests that nature throws at me.
Okay. What else? I just listed like a whole sheet. That's how I know if you're paying attention and listening during this class or not. You might be able to get away with people not paying attention to you and letting you not listen. But in my class, there's only 2 students. So I'm very much listening. Even if there was more, I would still be paying a lot of attention and making sure everybody's taking in what's being said. So, how to let go of your ego. Some tangible ways that you yourself and anyone else, myself, anyone else who's working on letting go of their ego can practice. How to let go of your ego. Stop caring how others view you. It's one way you can do it. So if somebody tries to bully you, somebody says bad stuff about you, that will never get to you because you don't care how other people feel about you. You cannot be better or worse than anyone else. you can only be the best you. This one is important because we live in a day and age where people are constantly comparing. Who's the better artist? Who's the better soccer player? Who's the better this? Who's the better that? Who looks better? Who dresses better? Who this better? Better. Be the best you. You don't have to try to be better than anyone else. You just have to be the best you. Younger D first, then Dream. Go ahead.
Speaking about better. You're right. People always feel like somebody's better than somebody else. Who's the best MC? Who's the best this? Who's the best
It
that?
always we
But
live in a very
nobody's the best. I understand. You could be competitive clean.
Nobody's the best because what is it? It's all perception.
It's all perception.
It's point of view.
It's all your point of view.
To some people, Nicki Minaj is the best female rapper. To other people,
She's the worst.
Lil' Kim is the best female rapper. To other people, you know what I'm saying? It's point of view. So it will never be equal. There will never be a way to measure that.
Exactly.
So it's absolutely pointless. to even discuss
I never
it
did.
because
I never
it's
do
point
this.
of
I
view.
never really.
It's point of view. Create peace, love, and understanding. All right, hold on. It was Dream first. Go ahead.
I didn't finish the first answer.
Go ahead. You had your hand up. You forgot? Okay, go ahead, Dream.
I was just gonna say. That's all I was gonna say, right? All I was gonna say was like, I kind of forgot what I was gonna say, but I remember it. What I was gonna say is this, right? You don't have to hurt nobody for you to love you. You can just love you and everything will. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So, no competition. Just compete with yourself to be your best self every day. You can learn from somebody, but you don't have to compete with them. You don't have to look better than nobody. Just, that's one way to let go of your ego. Just knowing that you don't have to hurt nobody to be your best self. So just be your best self and everything will go itself out.
Set healthy boundaries.
So, set healthy boundaries.
This is something that you're going to have to learn multiple times over and over and over again in your life is how to set healthy boundaries. Right now, I'm learning how to set healthy boundaries in my marriage.
What do you mean set? What do you mean explain that to me? How you set healthy boundaries in marriage?
I'm learning how to set healthy boundaries in my marriage. So it's multiple aspects the way that can be looked at. Right now, I'm looking at it like setting healthy boundaries. I was learning not too long ago, like, okay, me and my husband, for us, we're not gonna live with anyone else. Not our parents. We're not gonna let another sister or kids come stay with us. It's not something that we might have done when we were single. We're not gonna do as a married couple because this is our boundary.
Yes.
Because our house is our peace.
Yes.
And when someone else come in, no matter what, they bring their stuff with them. Their kids, their vibe,
problems.
their problems, their habits,
And somebody
their
else.
food, their energy, their whatever. They bring it with them. So a boundary that me and my emperor set in our relationship was that we don't intend to live with anyone. We just want to have our own home. Of course, we can have guests and visitors here and there, people that we trust, but we don't want to live with other people. Setting healthy boundaries.
That's good. I'm gonna do the same thing with me and my whatever.
Yeah. So that's one way that I've been learning to set boundaries in my marriage because some marriages don't have boundaries.
No, at
you know
all.
what I'm saying?
Have no boundaries.
And stuff be happening. Marriages fall apart because they don't have boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I'm learning. I have a lot of boundaries with myself now. I don't have too much friends and stuff. So yeah, go ahead.
Create good habits.
Okay, create good habits.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Create good habits.
Can I give you some good habits that you could create?
Sure.
Yes. When you eat, be more grateful when you eat. Don't be greedy when you eat. And when you're not eating, give thanks for what you ate before. Don't be too greedy when you're not eating. Don't be too greedy when you're eating. And when you're drinking. Great habits. Exercising every day as much as you can.
So creating good habits.
Yes.
That's true. Because you don't have to compete with anyone, like you said, if you're just competing with yourself. And the best way to compete with yourself is to challenge yourself,
Yes.
to have discipline, to have
Yes.
good habits,
Yes.
to talk kindly to yourself.
Yes.
To do the harder thing. Sometimes it seems a lot easier to do the worst thing. It's easier to you know what I'm saying, to just be less than. It's harder to be more than sometimes, and not more than anyone else, but just more than whatever is less. So set healthy boundaries, show self-improve, know the value in all humans, and create good habits. Did you have anything you need to say, Adrian? Set healthy. Back on the healthy boundaries part, for a kid, setting healthy boundaries could be observing, not playing with kids who do things that would get you in trouble, not being the kid who does things that would get yourself or other people in trouble. Yes.
Sometimes Eli.
We don't want to bring up
No,
anyone's
no,
name or anything
we're not
like that.
snitching, man. Nobody.
Do things to get me in trouble.
Sometimes you think that gets people in trouble, right? No.
So set healthy boundaries,
saying.
because if you realize that a person, if you have good boundaries, when you realize that a person is not a good influence on you, they don't make good decisions, or they're not a good friend, your boundaries will go ahead and push them away. That person will no longer be your friend because
True.
you have a boundary up.
True,
But when
true.
we have no boundaries, we tend to be friends with people who aren't good people. Not good for us, not good for anyone. And that can also influence us to be also bad, not
That's
good people
true.
as well. So set healthy boundaries. Yeah, I mean, we pretty much mentioned everything. I just wanted to give a child some advice, because I gave an advice for setting boundaries in a marriage and stuff like that. But as a 9-year-old, you're not looking to be married anytime soon. But I just wanted to give you a way to learn how to set healthy boundaries as well for yourself.
That's it.
That's it.
Give thanks
I
for the
want to
past.
tell you.
Let go your ego, become your hero. No more going in circle. No more zero.
I have 2 classes. One of them is on Tuesday. One of them is on Thursday.
Let go your ego.
A drawing class.
Become your
on
hero.
Tuesday.
Become your
Yes,
hero.
my
Become your
drawing
best
class
self.
is on Tuesday.
No more going in circle. You get
My
dizzy,
paper
yo.
class is on
Put that
Thursday.
zero in your
It's
bankroll.
not
Yes.
I found it.
Turn that anger into something positive. Live up yourself.